everyone, we are students from GCB and today with my group we want to present our project Education for All. We are Sara Victoria Borges and I was in charge of video editing, creating the English test, creating the English presentation and teaching about English basics at La Balsa School.
Hi, I am Isabella and I was in charge of the part of Global Perspectives. I was the one who did the exam for Global and also for ICT, and I did part of the graphs and images, posters, and a little bit of the content that you're going to see in this video and also the script on it.
Hello, my name is Silvana and I'm in charge of the science area, teaching kids about renewable resources.
My work in this global project and investigation was based on ICT and robotics, when first in public and private schools we make the kids take a quiz. These quizzes will let us know in the level of knowing of the area they have. In public schools they didn't were in level 1 or level 0. They didn't know anything about ICT or robotics. But in private schools they were in the finest level of ICT and robotics because the majority passed these quizzes. This showing us the difference of learning and teaching areas in different schools, public and private.
Our research question is: to what extent do public schools in Colombia lag behind private schools in providing education in subjects such as ICT, English, global perspectives, and science? Additionally, how does this gap impact students' academic growth and future opportunities, especially when comparing Gimnasio Colombo Británico with Colegio La Balsa?
Our research focuses on one of Colombia's most urgent problems, the inequality between public and private schools.
This question is deeply connected to the Sustainable Development Goal number 4, equality education and quality education, which aims to ensure inclusive and equitable equality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. However, in Colombia, this goal is still far from being achieved.
Issue, we want to share how differences in resources, infrastructure, and teacher training create barriers for thousands of students in public schools. While private schools have access to modern technology, bilingual programs, and laboratories, many public institutions continue facing serious limitations.
With our project, we want to raise awareness and propose small but meaningful solutions to reduce this educational gap, because we know education should not be a privilege but instead a right for everyone.
Education for all means quality, opportunity, and a better future for every student in Colombia and in the world.
This is because in Colombia, the quality of education changes drastically depending on the type of school a student attends. While some private schools offer world-class facilities and opportunities, many private schools still struggle with limited resources, short schedules, and poor infrastructure.
For example, at the Gimnasio Colombo Británico, students have access to well-equipped classrooms with computers, smart boards, and stable internet connection. This school includes modern laboratories for science, large sport fields, a fully supplied library, and technology rooms that allow students to work with digital tools every day.
The environment at GCB promotes learning in every sense. Students can participate in international programs, use modern resources, and enjoy comfortable spaces designed for both academic and personal growth. However, when we visited La Balsa School, we noticed a very different reality, Even though it's not one of the worst public schools, it still faces many challenges. Some classrooms have old televisions, used for presentations. The computers in their ICT room are outdated, and the internet connection is unstable.
The school has only two small multi-purpose courts, one playground, and a small dining area. Students usually arrive on foot or by bicycle, and most of them only attend classes for half of the day because the school operates on a short schedule.
Teachers also face difficult working conditions. Some have been on strike due to low salaries and lack of resources, which affects class continuity, something that doesn't happen in private schools like GCB.
To understand this difference more deeply, we decided to apply a short test to students from both schools, Gimnasio Colombo Británico and La Balsa School. The questions were based on the subjects from our research questions: ICT, English, Science, and Global Perspectives.
These tests were designed by students and teachers to measure basic understanding in each area, focusing on simple problem solving and comprehension questions that reflect what students learn in their daily classes, or at least what they should learn. After collecting the results from kids of 9th grade, we created a graph that compares the average scores from 15 kids from each school.
As we can see in this graphic, students from La Balsa School obtained much lower scores overall. Some of them even didn't finish the test, especially in Global Perspectives and ICT. These are areas require critical thinking, internet access, and digital tools that are limited or outdated in their school.
In contrast, students from Gimnasio Colombo Británico completed the same test with ease. They showed a strong performance in all subjects thanks to their access to technology, well-equipped labs, and interactive learning methods.
Comparison shows that this issue is not linked about intelligence or motivation. It's more about the opportunities and resources schools can provide to their students. From the expert perspective of Alejandro Gaviria, ex-Minister of Education from Colombia, he has stated that the gap between public and private schools is not only about infrastructure or monetary resources, but also about deeper structural problems such as teacher training, curriculum quality, and regional inequalities for their students.
To understand this from a closer view, we interviewed a teacher from La Balsa School who told us that many parents don't have expectations for their children to study or become professionals. He also mentioned that students there have about 3 hours less of class per week compared to private schools, which through the year makes a huge difference. However, also this is true, many people also say that the problem is not only about resources or parents' expectations, but also about the need for a stronger community and government support to motivate the students and strengthen a culture that truly values education.
With that in mind, we decided to take action instead of just talking about the problem. We went to La Balsa School to give classes to the students ourselves, helping them with subjects like Global Perspectives and ICT, where they struggled the most. We also invited classmates from the Gimnasio Colombo Británico to join us and created a program so that students could visit La Balsa regularly to give lessons and share resources like books, calculators, or any equipment that might help.
Finally, we launched a campaign to encourage more people from our school and our community to participate in our project, donating materials, books, teaching, or simply spending their time with students from public schools in order for them to acquire more knowledge and be more prepared for their future. Because real change starts when we stop watching the problems and start being part of the solution.
Around the world, education is one of the main keys to opportunity, but not everyone has the same access. Globally, about 87% of adults can read and write, and around 38% of young people go to university. However, in Colombia, only about 34% of people finish higher education, and also in rural areas, around 9% of adults still can read or write, compared to just 3% in cities. Also, around more than 20% of Colombian students are at least 2 years behind. After our investigation in global perspectives and going to public and private schools comparing the results, we can say that only 50% in public schools could pass the exams, and in private school more than 75% could pass the exams. These numbers show that while the world is making progress, Colombia still faces big challenges in achieving equal education for all. And that's exactly why our project is so important, because our project is going to help us show and demonstrate people that we need to propose solutions to have better education equality, because those numbers are proving us that we need to study privately to have the best education in the world.
Although our contribution may seem small, we believe that if we work everyone together, students, teachers, and the community, we could reach better educational levels, not only in Colombia, but on a global scale. Education is the foundation for progress everywhere, and small actions can inspire big chances and big changes. Thanks for watching. We hope you like it.